Grant Horvat is crushing it, and Micah Morris is struggling. Welcome back to another video where we're going to break down the September YouTube analytics among the Tier 2 YouTube golf channels. If you saw part 1 to my video, I did a similar analysis of the Tier 1 YouTube golf channels, Rick Shields, GM Golf, Good, and Bob Does Sports. And now in today's video, we're going to dive into the Tier 2 channels, Peter Finch, Micah Morris, Grant Horvat, Bryan Bros, and BustaJack. We're going to show which channels are declining, which channels are ascending. All this and more in today's video. I'm Dougie. Welcome to the Golf Chan. Welcome to the Golf Chan. Welcome to the Golf Channel. No, I'm not the Golf Channel. Welcome to the Golf Clan, your home for YouTube golf news. If you could take a second and give a thumbs up to this video, I would really appreciate it. I spent a lot of time putting together these slides, running some of these numbers. Again, Social Blade has a lot of great data out there, and what I did is aggregate all that data and also present it visually. I made these graphs, and then I also ran some percentage change calculations. So I spent a lot of time on this. If you could give a thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it. All right, we are picking up from where we left off in last video, where we're going to look at the Tier 2 channels monthly video views, August 2023 versus September of 2023. So the left bar, the gray bar, is August, and the right bar, the baby blue, is September. And what we see here is that in the last 2 months, Peter Finch's video views down 17% between August and September. Micah Morris down 19%. Grant Horvat up 42%. Bryan Bros down 40%. BustaJack down 23%. What takeaways do we have from this data? Well, one thing right away that stands out is that Grant Horvat is the only green number on this page. So while it may be natural for a channel coming off of the summer, moving into the fall months, it's natural to have a slight decline, right? That you see every other channel have a little bit of that. Grant Horvat has bucked that trend. Grant Horvat has pushed through and increased his video views to over 4.4 million video views in September. Super impressive, partly due to the collab with Rick Shields, no doubt, but good on Grant. I mean, he didn't organize, probably Rick Shields organized, but he built in time in his schedule to travel to the UK and make that collab happen. So good on Grant, very strong September, very, very impressive. And for some of these other channels, Bryan Bros down 40%. Well, that should be taken with a grain of salt because last month, Bryan Bros launched a second YouTube channel called Bryan Bros TV. And there was a match that they played, a 2v2 match, where they posted part 1 on their main channel and they posted part 2 on the second channel. And so their video views may look down, but that's partly because they're splitting it between now a second channel. And then they also had fewer uploads last month because George getting ready for Q School, they didn't upload as many videos. So take that with a grain of salt there. All right, let's move to the next slide. Now we're looking at the monthly video views between last year in September and this year in September. And now we see some green. Peter Finch up 19%. Micah Morris down 19%. Grant Horvat up 110%. Bryan Bros up 90%. BustaJack up 113%. So now we see green, okay? Green is good. Green means channels are growing. Green means that channels are on an upward trajectory, and it's good to see, right? It's easier for a newer channel like BustaJack to have a green number here, and it's much harder for a channel like Peter Finch to continue to grow year after year when your channel's been around for a while. And that speaks to Peter Finch continuing to invest in better content year after year. And BustaJack, similar to Bob Does Sports in the last video, BustaJack is on the come up. They're a newer channel, and so we expect to see growth year after year here. That's good. And it's going to be more difficult for BustaJack to sustain this growth as they stay on YouTube longer. Once the channel's been around for 5 years, nobody's hearing about BustaJack for the first time. They're not as excited. There's not that buzz. It's very difficult to sustain growth. But for now, they're on the come up, very solid growth. Bryan Bros has been around for longer than BustaJack, right? They've been a kind of a mainstay for a while. And we see 90% growth. That's very, very strong. I think this year, the last slide told a different story. it showed Bryan Bros declining in terms of video views. This tells a more accurate story, in my opinion, because this shows that in 2022, Bryan Bros Golf on YouTube was humming along, 600,000 views per month, solid. And now this year, 2023, the year of the beast, we see over 1 million views last month. I believe it was 1.2 million views last month, and that was even down from the last month. So it is the year of the beast. The Bryan Bros YouTube golf channel has seen resurgence in 2023. It really has. It's been around. It's produced good content, and we've seen resurgence. We've seen a lot of buzz and excitement around Bryan Bros YouTube golf channel this year. I think part of that has to do with Wesley being more present on the channel, but I think that George, they've really invested in figuring out what their value is in their videos and making the best quality content possible. In some of their 2v2 series and some of their matches, they've really continued to innovate and carve out their own niche within this YouTube golf space, their own community, and it's very sticky. So that's good to see. Grant Horvat up 110%. That is super impressive, right? Because last year, Grant Horvat's channel in September, over 2 million views, and now to double that, to go to 4.4 million views, it speaks to how seriously Grant is investing in his channel. All right, let's move to the next slide. Monthly subscribers gained. Okay, comparing August of this year to September, right? So this is a monthly comparison this year over the last 2 months. You see Peter Finch down 43%, Micah Morris down 78%, Grant Horvat up 25%, Bryan Bros down 64%, and BustaJack no change. 5,000 subscribers gained in August and 5,000 gained in September. Okay, so now we start to kind of get to the title of this video, Micah Morris and Grant Horvat, a tale of two different channels, two different trajectories, and I want to start to kind of color in a little bit of my analysis here. So Micah Morris, 78% decline in subscribers gained. Now, if you look at last month, he only uploaded 3 videos, and Micah is starting to move to more lifestyle content, non-golf content. Him and his wife Katie bought a house in Florida. He posted a video about that. They've remodeled it a little bit, developed it, made some improvements, and turned it into a very fantastic looking Airbnb right outside of Jupiter. So Micah hasn't been as available maybe for YouTube golf as he has in earlier months of this year. But we do see that Micah has recently collaborated with Sahith Thagala. Hope I'm saying his name right. Maybe October we see a big bounce back from Micah if he's going to continue to play matches against guys like Sahith Thagala, PGA Tour standout player. Grant Horvat is just continuing to grow. 20,000 subscribers gained last month. Super impressive. Peter Finch, a slight decline in subscribers gained. Bryan Bros, 64% down. I mean, we talked about that a little bit, right? They didn't upload many videos last month, and then they created that second channel, Bryan Bros TV, which has popped off. And so a lot of their subscriber growth, maybe it's split now between 2 channels. All right, moving to the last slide. Monthly subscribers gained last year versus this year. Peter Finch, no change, 4,000, 4,000. Micah Morris down 89% from 18,000 down to 2,000. Grant Horvat, no change, 20,000, 20,000. Bryan Bros, 1,000 to 5,000. That's a 400% increase. BustaJack from 7,000 to 5,000. That's a 29% decrease. Okay, so steady growth for BustaJack. I mean, not a whole lot of change last year to this year. Is there some fatigue on BustaJack's channel from their Golf and Old Glory series? Possibly. But I think that there's a trade-off there. If BustaJack was doing more collaborations, bringing in Micah, Grant, Bob Does Sports, sure, BustaJack maybe would have more video views, more subscribers, but they are really building their own community. They're going out and they're traveling across the country, churning out content. They have a movie coming out December 17th, and they're building a community of loyal golf viewers who are going to tune in regardless of what the video is about. And I think there's something to be said for that. There's a trade-off there. They're kind of going out on their own, really, and playing matches against each other, traveling a lot, and then also covering geographically, right? Covering like the entire US. So they're bringing in a demographic of people that may click on their video because they're from Vermont and they see Vermont as profiled, and one of their favorite courses is played by a big YouTube golf channel. So they're really traveling a lot, connecting with people across the country and building a sticky audience that's going to tune in regardless of whether or not they're doing big time collabs. Bryan Bros, huge growth from last year to this year, right? We talked about this a little bit, but it is the year of the beast. We've seen new levels of growth on the Bryan Bros channel this year, and that's been fun to watch their, I don't want to say their emergence, because in 2022, Bryan Bros was a very well-known YouTube golf channel, but this year they have reached new levels. They really have. So big growth on the Bryan Bros channel, and then, as I mentioned, starting Bryan Bros TV, they're just continuing to do very, very well. Grant Horvat, steady. 20,000 last year, 20,000 this year. Super impressive. Micah down 89%. And that, I think, is possibly, I mean, let me know in a comment if you agree with this, but I think that Micah is deprioritizing YouTube golf as of late. And I think Grant is adding extra priority. So since leaving Good, I think we have seen Grant invest heavily in YouTube golf, and I think that he has this level of passion where he's going all in. Grant could easily post up in Jupiter, Florida with his, I believe it's his fiance, I don't think they're married yet, with his fiance, with his family. He could go play matches with his high school buddies. He could make solo videos at golf courses in the Jupiter, West Palm Beach area and have a very comfortable life. No doubt about it. But what we see from Grant is taking YouTube golf so seriously. He's investing in his team, his editor, videographer, Sky. Sometimes his fiance, Sadie, is helping out video as well. He's traveling a lot. He started a 2v2 series with George. He started an individual series on his own channel called The Cut, where he's going to be traveling, competing against PGA Tour venue courses to try to make the cut. So we see Grant really investing in his channel, and it's paying off. And then Micah, since leaving Good, right, he has faced a lot of backlash from Good viewers. He still gets a lot of negativity, and he has played in a lot of professional golf tournaments, a lot of minor league tour events this year. He's struggled in the professional events, and I think he is at a spot in his life where he's viewing his life as bigger than YouTube golf, right? I think he's kind of taken a step back, tried to find some balance. So we see Micah making moves, buying this property in Florida, turning it into an Airbnb, saying that he's going to put out more lifestyle videos on his channel, more non-golf content. And I think that that is just part of where he's at in his life and what he wants moving forward. He may be desiring more balance and less putting everything into YouTube golf. We'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens next month. But I think that's a little bit of a shift that seems apparent, at least to me. Let me know if you agree down below. Maybe he's just taking a little bit of a break from YouTube golf and he's going to come back hungrier than ever and go all in and just start crushing it. I don't know. I mean, the Sahith Theegala collab is going to be big, but I think he's looking for more balance. And I think Grant is really just all in on YouTube golf. So a tale of two different stories when we look at the numbers year after year. Grant is just surging. Grant is absolutely surging, and I think this is a tier 2 video, but I think if Grant continues at the pace that he's growing, there's a reason that Rick Shields invited him to collab, come to the UK. I think Grant is on his way to becoming a tier 1 YouTube golf channel, like a top 5 YouTube golf channel, and that's happening very, very quickly. I think at the pace he's growing, I mean, I think he's going to pass Peter Finch, and I think he's going to move into tier 1 alongside Bob Does Sports, GM Golf, Good, and Rick Shields. That's the channel that's the pace that he's going at. Micah, let me know down below. What do you think is going on with Micah? His channel growth has slowed. He's not prioritizing golf YouTube as much as he did in the past. Is he just taking a break? Like, what do you think's going on with him? I hope that this video was informative. I hope it was helpful. If you could take a second and give a boost to that thumbs up button, I would greatly appreciate it. If these type of videos do well, maybe I'll consider doing more. It takes a lot of time to put together these graphs and these charts, but I want you to come to the Golf Clan on YouTube and know that you are getting great analysis and commentary on the YouTube golf space. Like, that is my goal. I want this to be a trusted place for you to come to get the best insights and information when it comes to YouTube golf. So I hope that I've done that in this video, and I'm going to continue to kind of invest in making the best content possible. But I'm Dougie. This is the Golf Clan, your home for YouTube golf news. Thank you so much for watching this video. My brain is fried from running all these numbers. I'm going to go take a nap, and I'll see you in the next video.